Well, today's the day. Wedding day. I've been up for a couple hours now, which I always end up getting up super early on wedding days. I don't know if it's just like my body telling me I got a lot to do still. But I have doing all the final prep, making sure everything that's on a memory card right now is backed up in multiple places on the computer and on a hard drive I'll take with me, so I can feel a little bit more assured when I format those cards to use them today. I've already taken a shower, and yeah, it's just the final elements to get ready before taking off in an hour and a half or something like that. Exciting. Wedding days. Still a lot of stuff that does have to get done though. Steaming clothes. Here's an important one. Making sure pants still fit. Pack the to-go bag. These are like emergency items in case something happens. I've even had to put out one fire already today, which was, I always check my drone to make sure the software is updated and the firmware is updated, because you don't want to get in the field and then have them say, oh, there's a firmware required. And sometimes those firmwares, they don't let you fly unless you have them installed. So I always double check that. And I checked that yesterday, and yes, there was a firmware. I actually installed it all. I did the controller yesterday, I did the firmware update for the drone today, and then the controller wouldn't connect to the drone. It wouldn't see it. There's a minor little panic moment while I have to Google what's going on, and then ended up having to manually relink the controller to the drone. And now it should be working, but it's those kind of things that you check in the morning because you don't want to have to deal with that out in the field. Wedding days are already like super cramped, especially for video, and having to deal with that would not have been fun. And I would have been freaking out a little bit, but it's good now. Alright, so this is almost done copying. It's taken about 40 minutes. Basically, I was copying some work that was on my Drobo to a hard drive that I'll take with me, just in case something happens. I believe that stuff is also uploaded to my CrashPlan cloud backup stuff, but I'm not certain. This will just give me more peace of mind when I go to hit that format button on all these cards. So there's my safety backup of everything. Time to do some formatting. Alright, so for this guy here, since it only records to a single card, I'm going to put a 64 gig in there. This will be the card I shoot on in here. I'll use definitely these 32 gigs for my 5D Mark II. These ones I haven't formatted because they both go in the C100, and then this one goes in one of my audio recorders. We're good to go. I did have one thing that happened this morning that kind of sucked. Whenever I come up to a wedding day, I'm so nervous, like of getting sick or whatever. And this morning, I woke up super early, went downstairs to get some water. Then I was coming upstairs. As I was walking up the stairs, like this foot, let's say this is the carpet. This foot, my index toe, pointer toe, whatever you call that. I don't know what they call that with toes. I was walking up the stair and it got caught underneath, kind of like, and it was just this toe. So just that toe went under as I was going up a stair. And then my entire force of my body stepped down because I was going up the stairs. I've never done that before in my life. And now it hurts. And it's kind of black and blue right here. I don't know if it's just sprained or broken, but it's definitely hurts to bend. Like you can see my foot like wiggling there. Ow. It seems to be okay. Like I might tape it to the other one, kind of like a football player does, but it doesn't hurt too bad to walk on. I did take some medicine a couple hours ago, so I'm sure that's helping, and I'll bring some with me, but That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, of course I break my toe or whatever it is. Like, I just feel like there's always something. Although now that I say that, it's like, it's almost like a fortune coming true. Like if somebody tells you something's gonna happen, or if you're looking for it, you'll find it generally. And I think that's what it is with weddings. Like I'm always afraid, like, oh, what's gonna happen? I don't wanna get sick, I don't wanna do this, I don't wanna hurt myself. And then something happens and I'm like, oh, of course. I don't know, it's like a cop-out, I think. It's fine, it hurts a little, I'll power through, we're good. And there we have it, everything for a wedding. Sometimes I wear this belt clip that holds lenses and stuff, batteries, things, so I don't have to keep on going back to my bag. Like to take that. Drone. This has 2 tripods, 1 monopod, 1 slider, 3 light stands, and necessary connections for all that stuff. This is another tripod, another video tripod. This guy is the Ronin M, which I plan on not using because of this, which is that handheld gimbal. And I'm actually taking 2 because one of them is a buddy's that I was planning on using, but I ended up buying another one, which is actually an updated version. So I'm taking both just because I've only used the updated version for 1 day, and just in case something goes wrong with it or it's not set up right, I've got the one that I have used for a bit. This guy is the big bad boy. So we're looking at 5D Mark III, 5D Mark II, C100 Mark II, 24-70, 35-14, 85-12, 17-40 f4. This is the top handle for the C100, the side handle, an extra battery for the C100, and then down here is a 70-200. And then we have extra batteries for these cameras and extra memory cards, plus other little odds and ends. Here we have the audio bag. We've got 2 audio recorders, every cable you could think of. There's actually a Rode NTG3 shotgun mic in there. I don't really use those at weddings. We've got 2 Rode video mics that'll go on the 5D cameras. And then in here in the front pouch, we've got the Sony wireless lav system that I generally mic up the groom or the officiant. This bag here has got a bunch of random odds and ends, chargers, an extra camera in there, a Rebel XT2 or something like that. It's like a backup camera. And then we got my LED lighting there. We have the dolly. This has been a lifesaver. It expands and then it'll fit most of this gear on it, and I can just roll it in. Oh, okay, that's all the gear. Oh, except for this one right here, which is the new Sony A6500, and that'll go on one of those pistol grip gimbals. So one more piece of equipment that isn't shown here because I'm still using it right now to vlog. I've got about an hour before I have to take off, and I always like to go get coffee and maybe a little snack. I need to obviously need to get ready, do my hair, put on clothes. I have some clothes on, but not all clothes. All my clothes are prepped. I made sure that I can fit into the pants. That's a big one. Shirts are steamed. To-go bag is packed. Extra clothes grabbed. Socks, extra shirt, extra undershirt, things like that. Extra pants I bring. Never had to use them, but I bring an extra pair of pants. A lot of people don't think about like the prep that goes into a day like this from a gear aspect. It's probably a good 3 hours, maybe even more, of actual attention and time that I need to spend to get this stuff all ready. And then even loading it in the car, I always forget about that because that takes a little bit. Okay, I've been talking for a bunch. I gotta go get ready now. all packed up, ready to go. All right, gas station breakfast purchased, Red Bull purchased, gassed up, got my free car wash that I'll use later, ready to get on the road. What a drive. Okay, I'm on the island now. It's on this, it's called Fox Island down here by Gig Harbor. But at least I'm on the island. I think I'm here. So nerve-wracking when you have traffic to get here, when you're supposed to get here. Okay, I gotta go greet everybody because I've never actually met them. It's just been phone calls. Good news, we're in the right spot. Time to unload. I think we are ready to go. And that's a wrap. I'm exhausted, and now I have an hour and 30-minute or hour and 45-minute drive in front of me. I'm afraid to take off my sock to look at my toe. I didn't get to vlog nearly as much as I wanted to. I was thinking I could more with this camera right here that I'm holding on the gimbal, because I could just click the button 3 times and turn it around and say stuff. But as usual, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So busy. I don't know why I do these alone. I always say that, and I still do it every time. Need to get an assistant or a second shooter or something.